Today we're diving into a really cool paradox. The idea that to get a truly incredible harvest, you first have to get rid of a lot of your crop. I know, it sounds completely backward, right? But trust me, it's the absolute secret to growing perfect peaches.
I mean, come on. We've all been there. You see a branch just covered in tiny green peaches, and you think, yes, this is the year. I'm going to have so many peaches. But then harvest time rolls around, and what you get is just, well, disappointing. They're small, kind of hard, and definitely not sweet. So, what gives?
Well, the answer really comes down to a super simple idea. A tree only has so much energy to give. Think of it like a finite energy budget. On the left, you see that overburdened branch. It's trying to feed hundreds of little fruits, but there just isn't enough energy to go around. So every single fruit gets a tiny, tiny slice of the pie. But look at the right. That's a thinned branch. With way fewer fruits to worry about, the tree can pour all of its good stuff, all the sugars, water, and nutrients, into making each one of those peaches big, juicy, and amazing.
To really wrap our heads around this paradox, we've got to look at it from the tree's point of view. What is it actually trying to accomplish? Because, as you're about to find out, its goal is way different than ours.
The key term here is oversetting. This is basically the tree's survival mode kicking in. From an evolutionary standpoint, the tree could not care less about giving you one perfect, delicious peach. Nope, its one and only mission is to make as many seeds as it possibly can to create the next generation of peach trees. It does this on purpose. It's hedging its bets. So our desire for amazing fruit is in a direct battle with the tree's instinct for tons and tons of seeds.
And this battle, it has a pretty high cost. When we just let the tree do its thing, we run into a whole laundry list of problems. The fruit is tiny and it tastes like cardboard. The sheer weight of all that fruit can literally snap branches right off the tree. All that crowding creates the perfect breeding ground for diseases like brown rot. Yikes. And it can even cause something called alternate bearing. That's when the tree is so worn out that it basically takes the next year off, giving you that frustrating boom and bust cycle. It's just not good for the tree, and it's not good for you.
Okay, so now we know why we need to step in. But what's just as important is when we do it. If you get the timing wrong, all your hard work won't have nearly the same impact. As we're about to see, timing is, quite literally, everything.
So check this out. There is a golden window for getting this done. It happens about 4 to 6 weeks after the tree blooms. Now, this is after the tiny little fruit has emerged from the old flower. That's a stage called shuck split, but it's before the pit inside the peach starts to get hard. If you wait until after that pit hardens, you've pretty much missed the boat. The tree has already wasted a ton of energy on all that fruit you're about to pull off anyway.
And here's the best part, the most practical way to know you're in that golden window. Forget about counting weeks on a calendar. Just go out and look at the fruit. When those little peaches are somewhere between the size of a nickel and a quarter, that is the absolute sweet spot. That's your signal, it's go time. It's a super easy visual cue to remember.
All right, let's get to the practical stuff. We've talked about the why and the when, so let's get our hands dirty with the how. This is where you actually get to play a part in creating that incredible harvest.
It's really just a simple 4-step process. First, just step back and look at the tree. Is it totally loaded with fruit? Okay, then you know you need to be pretty aggressive. Second, you're aiming for a target spacing of about 1 peach every 6 to 8 inches. Your hand, from your thumb to your pinky, is the perfect built-in ruler for this. Third, when you see a little cluster of 2 or 3 peaches growing together, you have to be ruthless. Pick the biggest, best-looking one and get rid of the rest. And finally, when you take them off, just give them a gentle twist and pull. Easy does it. And hey, if you're ever standing there wondering which ones to pick, this checklist is your new best friend. It's so simple. You keep the big, healthy, good-looking fruit that's getting a lot of sun. And you remove everything else, the little guys, anything that looks damaged, and especially those peaches hiding on the underside of a branch. They're never going to get enough light to get really sweet anyway. Okay, now for the best part. After all this work, which kind of feels like you're destroying your crop, what's the actual payoff? Well, let me tell you, the results are way bigger than you might think.
First and foremost, the most obvious reward, size. By forcing the tree to focus its energy, the peaches that are left can get way bigger. We're talking a potential size increase of 50%, or maybe even more. You're trading a whole bunch of tiny, sad peaches for a fantastic harvest of big, beautiful ones.
But it's not just about size, is it? By concentrating all the tree sugars into fewer fruits, the flavor just explodes. The peaches are so much sweeter, the color's richer and more vibrant. This is how you get that perfect, juicy, dripping down your chin, farmer's market quality peach right in your own yard.
And honestly, maybe the most important reward of all is that you're investing in the long-term health of your tree. You stop branches from breaking under their own weight, and you help the tree skip that exhausting boom and bust cycle. What you get is a stronger, healthier tree that gives you an amazing, consistent harvest year after year after year.
I absolutely love this quote from the source material. It just sums up the whole idea perfectly, doesn't it? You're not just pulling off fruit, you are transforming a tree that's struggling under its own weight into one that can produce a truly premium, top-quality harvest.
So the next time you see a branch that is just overloaded with tiny fruit, you're not going to see a massive harvest anymore. You're going to see a tree that's asking for help. And now you know exactly what to do. So the question is, are you ready to stop just letting nature take its course and start being an active part of creating the incredible harvest you've always wanted?